Hello again, I am Bob and welcome back to Apple Manager 24 Creator Team Career Mode here on the PS5. It's round 13 of our Season 5 run here. We're with Ferrari and we're heading to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And we are prepped and ready to jump straight in. But before we do want to just double check. Make sure that we have all the right parts on the car. There we go. We are running the most up-to-date specs on both cars. Bit of a twisty, tight, turny track here. Called a go-kart track for a reason. As you can see, it will be dry on Friday through practice and on the race day, but we have the potential for a bit of a washout in qualifying, which could make things very interesting. And we will actually hopefully get a proper test if the weather does fluctuate quite dramatically of the AI actually going back out as the track starts to dry up. Which is something that was an issue before the previous patch. We haven't really had a major chance to see it. We've kind of had one race where we got some guys going back out after a slight improvement, but we haven't had a big dramatic improvement in the track in the dying minutes. And this will be a good chance to see if that has been fixed with the last patch. So let's jump on in, shall we? We are 15th or higher for Fudo, with a car that's ranked 14th on the grid, and 18th or higher with Joe with a car ranked 15th on the grid. Should be able to easily breeze through those, and I'd like to hope we can maybe compete for a podium today, but I'm not so sure.
Welcome to the beautiful Three Springs Valley, here in Hungary. You're joining us in Budapest for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Budapest was formerly three cities, and today they're all coming together to kick off what we hope will be a thrilling weekend of racing. In the last round, we saw the perfect blending of strategy and performance lead to a well-earned win. But can they pull it off again here? Now let's crack on with the weekend.
Yeah, Kimi coming out on top at Silverstone and building a little bit of momentum. Let's see if we can keep that going. How you doing, Dino? Good to see you. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Do feel free to say hello. Let's get our cars prepped and ready. I am going to put Arvid back in the car again today. Give him another run out. We'll go with the medium tyres for Arvid. We're going to run for 20... it's normally 21 laps, I think, or 20 laps around here. Gonna run for 28 laps with the fuel, just to make sure we have enough for him to get his 100% run done in one go. And keep the hard tyres on show. We'll run him for 25 laps, I think. Should be okay. No, I didn't stream last night. Just very, very tired. Ended up sleeping through a lot of the day yesterday, and no, I didn't wake up in the end. After falling asleep again in the afternoon, I didn't wake up until like nearly midnight. So, yeah, a bit late to start stream by that point. Right, let's swap out some parts on the car. We'll go back to the older ERS. Which engine? Ooh. Don't really want to run a 16% engine around here. We'll go with the 73. That's the one we're going to use in the race. We'll leave that gearbox in as well. Yeah, those weaker engines, we'll save those for a sprint weekend where they're only going to do one session, not a full weekend of practice sessions. Let's get some setups on the car. So it's got a high downforce circuit. You know, front wings usually somewhere between 9 and 10. I'm going to start with a 9.5 on this one. Rear wings usually in the range of 15. Might be a little higher, might be a little lower, but more often than not it's 15. We'll go with a 2.8 on that, and then we'll drop that down a bit, and we'll leave that pretty much where it is. We'll go with something a little bit different for Joe. We'll go with a 10 on the front wing on this one. We'll go with a 15 on the rear. We'll dial that back in just a little bit. We'll drop that down even more. It's about there. We'll bring this down as well. Let's take that all the way down to 0. It might be a little higher than that, but we'll start there and see where it goes. And let's send them to the track. A little bit of space between our drivers. They are on different fuel loads and different tyre compounds, so it might affect how they catch each other. And let's see, once again, Ollie Bearman is in the McLaren. God, they are running him every race. Makes me wonder, is he about to retire? Because that's what happened with Victor Martin last year. He ran a lot. Not quite as much as this. Bearman's in pretty much every race weekend at the moment. Maybe they're thinking of swapping him for Porsche. Or maybe even they're training up a replacement for Norris, who is out of contract at the end of the year, if I remember rightly. Who else is running? Bortoletto running for Gasly in the Williams. Pepe Marti is in for Lance Stroll. O'Sullivan is in for George Russell, and Mansell is getting another run again, this time for Antonelli. So quite a few rookies. But I am amazed just how much track time Ollie Bearman's getting with McLaren this year. It's an awful lot. Speaking of track time, we have had our first 2 practice sessions of Formula 1 in 2025. And it's looking like it's going to be a good old scrap between McLaren and Ferrari. Red Bull struggling at the moment. RB actually looking a little bit of a shock there, the Racing Bulls. Williams looked very, very quick on Friday in the first session. Not so good in the middle, in the second session. So we'll have to see where Williams end up. But, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how they do. Sauber looked to have taken a step forward as well. Haas really struggling at the moment. Ollie Bearman actually smashing up his car quite badly today. Just found the car a bit of a handful, and yeah, not so good. And now that I've seen the Sauber livery in the flesh, so to speak, not with the funky lighting at the launch event, I thought it was a blended transition from green into black. It's not. It's just a solid block, and it just no, it looks ugly. Not a fan. The green's a bit more washed out than it was last year. It's not that straight neon brightness that it was last year, but hey, I'm not a fan of the livery. It looks lazy. You don't want to be the first rookie to crash. Not an honour you want. No, especially not at Haas as well. With their history of rookies like Mazepin and Schumacher. Okay, we're at 89%. on Arvid's car. Well, Udo's car. It's 87% on Joe, so there is a little bit of work to do, but it's not too bad. How you doing, Victor? There we go. Joe's popping in. How is Arvid doing on his development? Oh, he's done. Excellent. We can call him in as well then. Right, so cornering and braking need to change. So we're going to need to increase both of them to a degree. Has to go up. So let's push that up to like a 3. Maybe a little bit more than that. Let's go to a 3.1. Let's bring that all the way up. I'm going to drop the front wing down a touch. Let's have a look. Something like that. Maybe bring that down a touch more. Gap-wise, that looks good. It's just whether it's the right side of the line or not. And we'll have to have a look at car 1 as well. Give it a jump. All right, let's have a look. Cornering again is the issue. So I could go up or I could go down. Choices. Braking stability is pretty much bang on. So whatever we change the camber to, we'll have to automatically recorrect again. Looks like we only need a small-ish change here, but we are 89%. Something is way out of whack, and I don't think it's just cornering. I'm wondering if maybe the traction is going to need to change with the roll bar. Let me try going to a 3.7 and then pulling that back in. Something like this. And then pushing this up. Not quite enough, I don't think. I'm going to try that. See how that works. Hey, Wayne. Wayne, have you heard anything from Farrah at all recently? Because after, after we sorted the PSN out, I messaged him, just said, hope you're okay. Not heard a word. So I'm just hope he's all right. And you don't have to put anything publicly in here if you want to message me privately. Finally going to try and get my table upstairs and built this weekend. It's just I've been putting it off just because of how much my back hurt after making the room the way I needed it to put the table in here in the first place. Couldn't move for almost a week, and so I've been putting it off for the last couple of weeks. I really do need to get that thing up, because the sooner I get that up, the sooner I can actually start plugging everything in properly and getting everything organised the way it's supposed to be. I'm in that kind of halfway stage at the moment. And then that means I can get the PC plugged back in and wired up properly and set up and start doing PC stuff again. Alright, Oscar is just 1,000th quicker than Teo overall in that session there. Again, practice doesn't really mean too much. How's my back now? It's still as weak as always, but at least I'm not in agony and actually able to move freely, unlike I was a couple of weeks ago. That was not a fun week. Evening, Tony. This is early for you. All right, second dry practice. We're going to make sure that we get plenty of good running in with Fudo, because he's going to need it. I'm going to run for 40 laps here, and might even extend it a little bit, depending on how we do with the setup. Changes are already made. We're going to go for, I think, another 25 laps here with Joe. Go. Let's see how we do. Oh, look at the difference. Oh, actually, no, he pulled over last lap, didn't he? But even so, it's still going to be quite a considerable difference in lap time. He's running a lot more fuel and on a slower compound of tyre. And yeah, he's over 2 seconds a lap slower at the moment. 2.5 seconds, nearly 3 seconds slower. But that's what we expected. High fuel around this track really can add up to a lot of lost lap time, especially on a circuit like this where you want the car to be as nimble as possible. A lot of tight, twisty sections. We have made some progress, up to 93, but still lacking a little bit. Overall prep, 40% plus the improvement from the setup, so 93 halved is, oh, my brain's broken, 46.5. So we're about 86, 87% on driver prep there for Joe. Really need Fudos to be good. .96, that's a bit better. So just some minor corrections needed there for Fudo. Show heading in. So what do we need to fix? Ah dear. Oh no, wait, it wasn't Joe that I changed, was it? It was I left that at 3.7. All right, so we'll push that to a 2.8. We'll just edge that back up. That is Very close. Might be just that's all I need to change. Just looking at that front wing and wondering. We'll try it like that. See if that works. Fudo's got a little bit more to run yet. He's only done 25 laps. For the 15 to go. So Joe's driving for 90%, plus hopefully whatever we get extra from that setup. That'll be an extra couple of percent there. So one decent run, 20 laps should be more than enough to get him up to 100%, assuming we've got that setup change right. It is entirely possible that we've made a mistake somewhere, not tweaked something. But I'm hopeful that's going to be bang on. We're at 41% and change without the setup satisfaction. So that's worth another 48%. No. Yeah, 48%. So again, we're about 89, 90% for Fudo. So if we can just find that last little bit, one single shortish run should be enough to get him up to 100% prep. And he is now heading into the garage. Alright, okay, so we need to tweak the cornering. I'm going to push that back up to a 10. I'm going to bring that down to there. Bring that back that way. I'm right on the line, aren't I? It's so close to just being a little over. Alright, I'll go with that instead. That is a little bit more comfortable. Just not sure about the front wing now. And that's assuming I've gone the right way. Again, I might have gone the wrong way on that. But we'll try it. So there we go. Both drivers reporting in with a 91% at the moment based on the current setup values. That will change when we get to the end of the session. And they report an untested setup, and that'll drop it back down again. But yeah, theoretically, we are very close to getting sorted now. So it's raining. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Don't know why that just popped in my head, but I don't know how long it's been since I heard that. Very strange. It's amazing the things that just pop into your brain when you least expect it. Alright, it is going to go full wets at some point in the session. Looks like the Australian Grand Prix may be wet. Yeah, I saw a couple of days ago a predicted forecast for Sunday showing a fair bit of rain potential. But, yeah, you know what the weather's like. I thought it was he went to bed and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. I remember it rhyming.
Massive lag on the uptrip.
All right, some issues for Max. It is just a fault at the moment. Sounds like gearbox. Yep, it's only yellow, so that will stay in the car until it goes orange. Then they'll switch it out. Fudo is not 100, so have we gone wrong? We have gone the wrong way. Alright, that's annoying. I'm going to call him in. Correct it. What about Joe? Oh, Joe we got right. Excellent. So Joe will keep out. And we are on that swing up now towards full wets. I am going to stick with the Interzone because we potentially got full wet weather qualifying. So and we only get 2 sets of full wets for the entire weekend. It's only going to affect qualifying, but I want those tyres to be in the best possible condition. And if it is full wet weather in the final session, as well as the opening sessions, I want a brand new set for maximum potential grip. So we'll just have to tough it out on the Inters here, where we're not overly concerned about lap time. Tell you what, for massive lag on the upshift, he's still shifting pretty quickly in that Williams. Currently second by less than a tenth in the leaderboard. So yeah, we went the wrong way on this. So let's bring that down. Well, I say down, let's bring it below the line. Actually overcomplicating this here. Let me go back to our 96. Okay, so do that. Don't like what it does to the front wing. We'll go with that, I think. We'll try that. There we go. So Joe is done. There we go. Lovely stuff. Got to wait and see what happens with Mr. Fuji. Fudo-san. Oh, we're back down to damp. That I wasn't expecting. So Fudo is actually lapping quicker than quite a few cars at the moment when he shouldn't be, which is quite nice. And oh, it's close. It's not quite there. Ay. Just need to squeeze a bit more track time out of him, just to be on the safe side.
There's a yellow flag now. Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner. And that's it. That's the spin. And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
Oh, dear. Double sneeze. Goosebumps on the arm. Alright, here's the 100. But we did break everything slightly. So we'll drop that down to a 9 because we have to continue tweak this. I need that to be sort of... Wait, let me go back. So that's just a little bit too high. That's going to break the traction. I hate it when it's like this. It's so pernickety. There we go. Let's go with that. And let's hope that that hits the spot. And we are out of time. And so let's head on over to Quali. Let's just take another quick look at Max. Yeah, that gearbox never got better, which means it's going to be yellow going into qualifying, which means if it gets worse in qualifying, that's a pit lane start for Max to be swapped out for the race. If it stays yellow, it'll be yellow and almost immediately at some point go orange early on in the race as well. So he's kind of screwed either way. I'd be changing that before we go into the session, but the AI won't.
Now it's time to see who'll come out on top as qualifying gets underway.
Qualifying consists of 3 periods, with the slowest drivers eliminated after each one. With the pressure mounting, who can secure a strong starting position for the race?
Now, Karoon, how do you think Zhou Guanyu will be as he heads into this session?
It hasn't been a great showing from the team's drivers so far. Neither will want to be left behind, and I'm sure they'll both be looking to pull ahead today.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Right. We need to get in touch with the FIA because clearly being in the bottom garage at the end of the pit lane is the one with all the holes in the roof because it's raining inside our garage. That's not good. This is why we need to move back up the grid. Right, let's see. We are starting on full wets. Doesn't tell us what the track water level is. 4.21. Well, we won't necessarily send them out as soon as the session starts. We'll have a look and see what the prediction is. We might just wait until it goes to inters. Let's change the ERS over. Do I want to switch the gearbox? No, we'll make do with this gearbox, I think. It's going to be a cool session, and it's going to be a cool race as well, I think. So we'll stick with that one. That's the ERS, it didn't change. There we go. So 2 flying laps worth of fuel. Let's take a look. See if it's going to dry up a bit. It is. surely I've got enough spares to do another gearbox. I have, but at the same time, I want to keep an emergency gearbox available if possible. Gearbox is going to fault territory at 40%. I thought it was lower than that.
Tires. Yeah, copy.
Damn. Kind of locked into it now. Hey there, Sam. Well, good news is, with the track water level due to drop a little bit, we might see the AI sitting in the garage for the first 5 minutes or so. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Damn it. Well, we'll just have to hope. I'll just have to hope.
Track is clear. One push ray already.
Hamilton 4 tenths slower than Leclerc. Is going to practice. Going to take several races to get used to Ferrari. Yeah, I mean, he said in an interview he knows where the pace is. He just has to go out and find it. But it is a very different team to what he's spent the last 11 years, 12 years racing with. So it's going to take some time. One of the things that I thought was quite telling as well is that he would be able to call. He said he would, call the setup changes, on the fly. He would know exactly what to change and how much, and he could just call it in straight away. He's still learning those processes at Ferrari because the way the team operates is obviously very different, and the way the car works and behaves is very different. So yeah, it'll take him a little while to get up to speed. To full speed, but I mean, he was 6 tenths down in the first session, 4 tenths down in the second session. He's not going to be shooting for pole, I don't think, unless he can pull out an absolute blinder of a lap. But he's going to be in the conversation in race trim. He was only like a tenth down on average, I think, to Leclerc in race trim. I mean, we know that when it comes to racecraft, Hamilton's is top-notch. He's got amazing racecraft. So in race trim, he'll be very competitive. But Leclerc, while he's had several years now of being, regarded as the fastest one-lap driver in Formula One, took a big step forward in racecraft last year. So... yeah, I think the first half of the season it's going to be probably very much advantage Leclerc. I think the second half of the season will be a bit more telling. Oh, and an update for you on my private season that I'm doing at the moment. Where I started everybody in the 2025 lineups. Lawson's actually doing pretty well in the Red Bull. He's not winning races, but he's getting up there in terms of he's getting a couple of. I think he's had a podium. He's certainly in the conversation for strong points every race. Well, not every race, but more than not, he's in the conversation for strong points. as we get a second run started here. As we now transition over to below the threshold for full wets. Do you want me to update you on the fourth season? Yeah, I'm always down to hear how you're doing. I remember the struggles you were having early doors in this game. Guido's on a really good lap here. Although the other teams will go quicker because of the conditions will be better. 125.1. Found just under 0.5 of a second there. What about Joe? Joe finds just under 0.4 of a second.
Keep an eye on your delta.
And we set 2 decent lap times on a very quiet track. Now everybody's starting to trip over each other, which is why Norris and Lawson are so far off the pace. There's a bit more of an indication as to where the track actually is, and it's going to get lighter still. We are going to put on a set of inters for a 2-lap run towards the end. Going to go out with about 5.5 minutes to go, I think. It's going extremely badly. 6 races in, no points. 2 expensive drivers you can't afford, and now you can't afford to upgrade the car. Sacked Verstappen for Antonelli. Yeah, that is a big financial hole. You're probably better off starting again. Well, look at it this way. I mean, you can put the pieces in play now. If you get sacked, go to another team. And then you could always rejoin them again. You know, the following season, assuming your manager rating is high enough. So we've got Gasly in between our 2 drivers here. Track's about to dip low.
Try to work some tires already.
Copy.
Yeah, it's the problem with stellar lineups is if you don't, and strong staff as well, is if you don't have the prize money coming in at the end of the year, you can't cover the costs. Now, this is why Ferrari, I'm only making 700k a month off the board. You know, instead of the usual like 4 to 6 mil that I should be getting. I'm living off my sponsor funding and the money I get from race days at the moment with this team. And if my facilities were better than they are right now, then I'd be in debt. I mean, it's still you've seen it's showing me in debt every month, even when I'm not. We have a yellow flag. That is, I think, Max locking up out of the pits, maybe? Oh, it's not Gasly between us. It was Gasly who locked up.
Let's take a look at the replay. Heading down the straight.
It's an Alpine between us.
The brakes couldn't cope. To be fair, though, even the best drivers in the world are going to struggle when the track's like this.
That almost sounds like Crofty's making excuses for Gasly. Yeah, it's like, it's all right, Gasly. Even the best drivers will make mistakes there. It's like,
We are ready, mode.
The best drivers make mistakes. You're not one of them, but. Right, we've got an Aston coming up in front. Oh, potential hold up for Fuji here. If you get sacked, yeah, you'll only have like 1 or 2 teams at the bottom of the grid to go to. But if you do a good enough job, depending on what the team's expectations are, you might be able to re-sign with them a year later if you do well with the other team. That's a purple sector for Zhou. Track is still drying up, and we're queuing up nicely to build for one last flying run. Fuji goes second. Now Zhou goes second. Yuki is top at the moment. See, we were 0.2 quicker than Fudo, less than 1/10 behind Yuki, and the track is even drier still. If you get sacked, you'll start again. You know exactly what to do now. Well, you know exactly what not to do. There is technically a difference. I can't remember where I heard it, but it's like it's the famous old saying, you know, I'm not going to make the same mistakes as last time. I'm going to make all new mistakes this time. So Max is currently top, but track is now below 3 mil. So don't expect that lap time to stay top for very long.
Pay attention to the traffic.
There you go.
Now.
Sainz goes quickest by nearly 0.4 of a second. I would avoid Albon. I don't think Albon's all that good in this game. He tends to fall away quite quickly, I've noticed, in my career saves. Gasly's a decent shout, but I would probably avoid Albon. Ocon's decent. Albon wasn't great in 23 either. Well, he wasn't earth-shatteringly good, but I think he had a better potential in that game than this game. Right, personal bests for both drivers in the first. Look at this, Fuji's down to 13th place now as the times cross, as all the cars cross the line. Piastri currently in the drop zone goes second. Fuji's now in 16th place. He is on a personal best. No purple sectors, but then I didn't really expect any around this track. Fuji in the drop zone, crosses the line and improves only to P9. Just over 0.8 slower than Antonelli there. What can we do with Zhou? Zhou goes up to P5, half a second away. Gasly is out, Ocon's out, Perez is out as well. In fact, everyone's crossed the line now. So it's Iwasa, Perez, Van Dorn, Ocon, Stroll and Gasly eliminated. Both Alpines falling at the first hurdle today, along with a Sauber and a Haas. No major surprise about the Haas, but maybe a bit of surprise about that for Iwasa and Stroll in 21st. That is definitely a surprise, considering the pace of that RB. And we forgot to check the RB's car rating. Damn it. Well, we'll do a deep dive into the rest of the grid at Zandvoort. You know, our end of summer break inspection of the rest of the teams. Yeah, Ocon's a decent shout. There's a reason why he usually gets signed for Aston Martin. For Red Bull. Let's have a look then. Kimi and Oscar showing some strong pace, worryingly strong pace. Porsche looking pretty handy again. We're starting at 4 mil. We will. Oh, look at that. We got it right. 100% setup. Beautiful. We will prep for 2 laps again. Go back onto the older wet tyres. And again, we'll check the chart before we send them out. It's going to stay pretty flat.
Good job, Neil, right?
It's going to go to Inters almost immediately, look. But it's going to hover, so maybe wets is the right choice. Let's see if anyone else comes out, and if they do, what tyre they go on to. Max is coming out, and he's on wets as well. So is George. And Porsche. And Nagel. So wets would definitely appear to be the right call then. Conditions like this, not really the best for the full wet tyres, but they would have a little bit of an advantage over the Inters at just over 4 mil.
Point is clear. Small push when you're ready.
Any news on F1 Manager 25? I haven't heard a peep. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get one. We'll just have to keep an ear to the ground and see what happens. But we're halfway through March. New Formula One season started, and they haven't even hinted at anything just yet. I don't know. No news is good news. No, not when it comes to Frontier. No news is the default for Frontier when it comes to this game. I mean, we had no idea about the new patch until they dropped it on us, with no real advance warning at all. And it came out the blue because we hadn't had a patch since December. So everyone had already just assumed that the game was done and dusted. They weren't going to continue to update it. They've already announced F1 Manager 25 is cancelled. Well, no, technically they haven't. I know there was the earnings call thing, and it was talked about the license being dropped, but there's been no official, press statement that the game has been dropped. All right, we've got a couple of cars chancing it on the Inters. We are potentially about to just dip in a couple of minutes, so we'll definitely need to switch over, I think, after this next flying lap. Max has gone quicker than us again. Not sure by how much, but we are between Max and George, so... Oh, well, there we go. We're probably maybe about half a second away. Have a look. Yeah, about 4.5 tenths away.
Watch behind.
We get out of Porsche's way,
Tires.
I think. Or was that out of Norris's
Your
way,
bike
actually?
is okay. More push when you're ready. More push.
Yeah, it was Norris we got out of the way of. Well, this particular game, 24, was announced in March of last year. We're still in March this year, so we could yet still see an announcement in the next couple of weeks. I don't know, maybe they were waiting till the F1 season started before making an announcement to hype, get a bit of extra hype with everyone, tuning in for the start of the new season. Best chance to get the most number of eyeballs on a new game. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that we will get another game, but I think it is probably more likely that we won't. But yeah, like I said, nothing concrete just yet. Right, both drivers are into peak confidence. The full wets, while not in the ideal conditions, aren't too far away when the track's just below 4 mil like this. So, let's see. Joe found a very little bit.
Okay, Joe, you are in a good position.
Fudo finds 3 tenths.
Try to push during the in lap.
Copy.
And now we'll do a couple of laps on inters again. Curve is almost flat. If we don't get another game, if there's a chance of getting a 25 update. I don't know. I mean, it would require quite a lot of coding in the background. On PC, there is a mod team that has just done or just announced the 25 season mod, which will update the database. It'll add in some missing F2 and F3 drivers. It'll rework the liveries to the current ones. Update the driver lineups. A few other little changes like that. So PC players will have a 2025 patch as such. It'll be a DL. It's been announced as a DLC. So my guess is it may be locked behind a paywall on Patreon or something like that, rather than just a free mod for everybody. I don't know. I haven't paid any real attention to the PC modding scene over the last few years, so I honestly don't know how that all works. I think race department, some of those mods are locked behind Patreons. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's the same for that one as well. They recoded the database, so a new game save starts in 2025 as well. I mean, it's possible that Frontier could do something like that, but I don't know if they will or not. I mean, it's the model that I was saying right from day one when the first game was announced. I said the better model for me personally, I think, but going forward, would have been to have done a biannual release with a DLC update halfway through to like a paid update, a DLC pack to update to the 2020, the following season, in between the launch of each game. Because they would have had more time to work on the game and add in features, iron out bugs, flesh the game out more.
Track is clear.
I think the franchise would have had much more chance of being successful if they'd gone down that route than the release a game, support it for 3 months, then go cold and drop it like a hot potato while they work on the next one. Which is what they did with F1 Manager 22 and F1 Manager 23. Supported it for 3 months in the first game, 4 months in the second game, and then just went radio silent again until they announced the next installment. That's why I said no news is not good news when it comes to Frontier, because they just go radio silent and leave the fans guessing and wondering what the hell's going on. And they never address anything until they either announce a sequel or drop a surprise patch on us like they did this time around. Just dropped a surprise patch that we weren't expecting. Track water levels creeping back up again. And this is going to make things interesting because there's a couple of drivers at risk here. Both Red Bulls are in the drop zone, not just Nagel, but Leclerc as well. He's half a second away from being safe. Neither of our drivers are improving on this lap. If we are going to improve, it'll be on the next one. Speaking of Red Bulls, is that Leclerc in front of us? No, it's Nagel in front of us. That's not good. That's it. Get out of the way. Into the pits you go. Be gone. Right, we're still in peak confidence. We've got an in-lap, and the track water level's creeping back up again, look. We might be safe.
Position is okay at the moment.
I think Fuji is safe. I don't know about Zhou. He might need to pull something special out on this next lap. He'll have less fuel on board. Track's gone up to 4 mil again. We missed our opportunity to improve. Has Leclerc missed his opportunity to get through? We should be saying arrivederci to Charles Leclerc here. He has not improved. Leclerc is out. Everyone is done. So we don't even need to go again.
More push when you're ready.
I'll actually get Zhou in. I should be able to. Yes. Yeah, everyone's done. No one's going again. It's too late to start a new flying lap now. Track's also gone up in terms of water level. So we've got both of our cars through. And the big shock is that Charles Leclerc is out. And so is Yuki Tsunoda. The two biggest names eliminated in Q2. Leclerc and Tsunoda. And once again, Cadillac boys looking very strong at the front there. All right, much heavier rain this time round. We'll go with 2 flying laps. Yeah, changing my gearbox is going to invoke a penalty. So we just have to keep our fingers crossed that the cool temperatures on race day will stand us instead. It's going to dip. will get out early, set a baseline lap, and then when the track improves, a second flying lap will improve that time, and then we'll see whether we need to go back out on the full wets or the inters. It says inters there after 4 minutes, but it could still be borderline like it was last time. Oscar's coming out early. Says Kimi. Looks like Max and Norris are waiting to come out as well. There comes Max. That's Lawson. Yep, Lawson. Norris making his way out. Oh, it's Porsche. There's Norris. Everyone's coming out, and they're all going to be right in front of us on our lap. Oh, lovely. Just lovely. All 8 of our competitors are going to be right. Well, 6 of them are going to be right in front of us. We might catch a couple of them. I think Norris and Bottas we might catch. I think we should be safe from everybody else.
We are ready. On push, on push.
Maybe Russell as well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you go back and watch my early streams on F1 Manager 22, before it was known whether it was an annual franchise or not, I was saying that for me the better model would be a biannual release. So I've been saying that since day one. I'm actually going to get through this without catching anybody, which is quite nice. Trading purple sectors. Oh, someone's just gone quicker than us in the first. That's going to be Piastri, I think. Is he the first one out? He is. We have a yellow flag. Someone running wide or locking up. Yeah.
Now we should be able to take
Or
a look
share
here.
locking up.
Okay, so heading into turn 1 here.
Well, lucky for him, the track is going to improve, so
really, it was always
that's
going
not
to be a
great, but
tough
it's not the end
time
of
out on the
his
track in
qualifying.
these kind of conditions.
And Joe has gone top by 1.5 tenths on 26.3. Here come the Cadillacs. Piastri's 9/10 of a second quicker than us. Eight tenths for Antonelli. Track's starting to dry up a bit. So we will regain top spot when we do our next flying lap. Everyone's going to go quicker than us now, apart from Porsche. And George. And Lawson. And Valtteri. Okay, we weren't as bad as I thought. Norris pops up into third place.
All good at the moment.
Porsche has just aborted his lap. He's gone straight into the pits. That makes sense.
Okay.
And now we get to
are
push
ready. On push, on
with a
push.
track that's much better. This will get us back to the top of the leaderboard, put us into peak confidence. ready for a run on the inters. Just hope it doesn't get too dry over the rest of this lap. Still drying up. We've gone purple in the first with Fuji. It's quicker than Joe. Still the track's drying. But both drivers in that peak confidence. Little split coming up for Fuji. And he's purple again. Now Joe goes quicker in the middle. And one of the reasons the wets hang on better as the track dries like this is because lap times just get quicker as there's less water on track in general. So that's how we've managed to go 6.5 tenths clear at the top. But someone on inters in the same conditions with 3.5 mil should theoretically be quicker than us. And we are only going to have time for one run. As you see. Is that? Who is that? That's Antonelli. Antonelli heading out. Brand new set of inters. Just the one lap. Oh, look at the water level now, 3.15. It's very dry compared to where we were a moment ago. Oh, it's going back up. Better get out now.
Try to keep a position there.
It's just creeping back up slightly. It's negligible improvement at the moment, so hopefully it won't make too much of an impact on us. And we have got peak confidence with our drivers, which will count for more than an increase of 0.03 mil or 0.04. It's going to keep just edging up, isn't it? Let's see if Fudo can take pole position. Porsche has gone quickest. And we are... Yeah, 2.1 seconds slower than Piastri.
Point is clear.
Ooh.
And more push when you're...
Evening, Army. And we are going to hit traffic, I think, as well. We're dropping down the order. 5th and 6th and 7th now. Personal best in the first sector as Max pops up into second place. No, not Max. Russell pops up into 4th. Personal best again. Peugeot. Looks like we will avoid traffic after all. Track is definitely now more favourable to those who went a little earlier than we did. So pole position chance is gone. It was the only way we were going to get pole was if the track was favourable to us, and it is not. But can we at least get a decent position? Can we get the second row? No, just with Fuji. What about Joe? Oh, there we go. Knocks Fuji back onto row 3, but we get ahead of Max, who still hasn't changed that gearbox. So he will be starting P4, but if his gearbox goes orange, his race is pretty much over. And to be honest, I don't think anyone is catching the Cadillacs today.
Okay, Joe, you are in a good position for...
Valtteri has crossed the line as well, so that is your top 10 order. It is Oscar from Kimi.
Yeah, copy.
Joe gets up into 3rd place alongside Max Verstappen. Then it's Fuji with Porsche alongside him. George is P7, Norris P8, so the Brits locking out row 4. Then it's Lawson in P9 ahead of Valtteri Bottas in P10.
There's a fantastic atmosphere here at the Hungaroring today as we prepare for 70 laps of thrilling F1 action.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory.
What on paper could be a low-speed circuit is turned flat out by modern Formula One cars. The Hungaroring's short lap means track position is essential in qualifying, and drivers will need to be careful of track limits throughout the race. The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
All right, back into dry conditions. 19 degrees, so temperature-wise, not too bad. Let's take a look at strategy. Thinking that might be the way to go, but alternatively, maybe a set of hards wouldn't be a bad idea. So that's one option. Another option we have is to restop this. I think we've got enough. Soft tires to do that. We do. It's negligible difference, but we'll have better grip levels throughout. I wonder, do we 3-stop this? Our pit crew's really solid, so I'm inclined to put my faith in them. Sounds risky to you? I'm going to take that risk. It's quite an abrasive track surface, so tyres will get chewed up pretty easily around here. All right, let's send them out.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race.
Ooh, big contrast there
And here's
between
George Russell settling in for the race.
Kimi and Oscar.
Absolutely. Sitting in P7 and hoping to pick up a few points for the team.
And it looks like
Kimi
we're
going
good to
aggressive,
go.
starting on softs. Oscar playing it safe, starting on hards.
This is it. The Hungarian Grand Prix.
Oh, you can't see us because we're hidden by the sign. Ah.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Got a good launch, but we might get boxed in. And Fuji got past Max as well. Beautiful.
Overtake available. Keep using it.
Yeah, copy.
I do not want to let the Cadillacs bolt away without any kind of response. So we're going to immediately push the battery and see if we can stay with Antonelli, as he's going to start closing up to the back of Oscar in a minute. Let's see what everyone else is doing tyre-wise. Bit of a mix. Quite a few softs in the middle of the field there. Got Max on mediums, Pourchaire and Leclerc on hards, Bottas and Norris on mediums. Yuki on the hards, makes sense starting down in P18. Mediums for Ocon and Stroll as well. You can see Antonelli's pushed right onto the back of Piastri, as expected.
Okay to push on tires.
Now, can I drop Max out of this turn? I don't think I can. No. 2 seconds away from Cadillac already. Let's go into low defense mode.
Copy.
This should be an active DRS zone, but as you can see, it's not, because they still haven't fixed it. Now we've left Verstappen behind.
Move charge, move charge.
Copy.
He's pushing hard to close back up again.
No overtake now.
Copy.
We just do not have the pace. Yeah, it is going to be a two-horse race, Cadillac in a race of their own today. Oh, yellow flag. That is Nagel. No, it's Leclerc. Leclerc with a big mistake. Did he spin? He did.
Yeah.
That won't do those tyres any favours. That's Leclerc to the back of the grid.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
And it's taken a big bite out of those tyres, look. That would have cost him about 8%, that spin. Porsche's got ahead of Max. Antonelli has broken away from Oscar as expected. Softs versus hards. He needs to make hay while the sun's shining here.
Full charge, full charge.
Copy.
Okay, more charge, more charge.
Copy, man.
Ah, no. No, 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 no. Porsche, you sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. There we go. Just enough. Had just enough left. Go after him. Gonna need to turn the tyres down soon. But our driver's confidence levels are looking pretty good. Bit of a gap opened up behind Porsche, behind Valtteri. Is that because of Leclerc's spin, I wonder? Norris is not close at all.
Overtake available.
Okay.
No charge, no charge.
Copy.
Keep leapfrogging like this, we might eventually close up to Piastri just in time for our tyres to go off and him to pull away from us again. Yeah, Norris 2 seconds off the back of Valtteri here. Charles 2.5 seconds behind Van Dorn, who again is also a little isolated. We'll try and let each driver have a, spend a lap recharging the battery so that we can try and pull away again. So we've definitely got a train forming behind us now.
Yeah, copy.
More charge.
Copy.
Yeah, we are losing ground. That says just how good the Cadillac is at the moment, combined with Oscar and Kimi, that, he's on the hard tyres, we're on soft, and he's still pulling away from us. both drivers up into peak confidence as well now. And the lower temperatures are helping our tyres, because normally running in the dirty air like this would be massively overheating the tyres, and they're still nice and comfortable. Joe not reading the script. Oh, this is not ideal. And there we go. And we're now 5 seconds off the back of Oscar. Yeah, that lap, or that half a lap of fighting there, did not help our cause at all. I don't know, even if we were to push, whether we'd have the pace to pull away or not.
Full overtake available.
Let's see what happens. Got enough battery for about a lap and a bit of full push on the battery. Please don't ride the curbs like that. I get very nervous about my underfloor when I see that. Oh, there we go. Max's engine, or Max's gearbox just went orange.
That is pushing a lot.
So that's his race ruined. A circuit like this, the last thing you want is acceleration issues. So that might actually help us. Even if it is only for a lap. It'll break up some of that pack that's chasing us.
Mode charge.
And there we go, Valtteri goes through. Right, so we've opened up a little gap to Porsche, and Porsche has opened up a little gap to Valtteri. Let's see if that stays that way, or if Porsche immediately starts to hunt us down. Our tyres are wearing out. Porsche is pushing his very hard. In fact, he's on us already, look. Oh my god. Yeah, we do not have the pace to break away. And now it looks like it's just a matter of time before Valtteri gets back onto the train as well.
Overtake.
Just leave them like this then for now. So Leclerc has made some progress. He's up in 19th now. Stuck right behind his teammate, who has a fault, as does Stroll, just in front of him. And Nagel has lost the DRS. So this should be pretty straightforward now for Charles Leclerc. There we go. He goes through. And Nagel is immediately getting jumped by Ocon as well. Let's take a look at those faults. Let's see. So Nagel has battery issues. And who else was it? Stroll. Take a look at Stroll. Battery for Stroll as well. Meanwhile, Porsche is swarming all over us again. And look at our tyre temps, 1993. This is making me think maybe we need to switch out to a double medium run instead of another set of softs. Something to help keep the temperature in those tyres. We're getting pit stops already. Alex Albon is in, as is Liam Lawson. Oh, solid stop. And another solid stop there as well. .9, 2.1. Oh, I didn't think the Aston stop was that slow. Give Fuji a bit more pace. He's got better tyre wear, so I want to get him in first ahead of Joe. Because he can afford to run a little bit longer without any issue. Perez is in. So the hard tyres for Checo. Another decent stop for Haas there. It's a 2-second stop, I think. Oh no, slightly quicker than Lawson. Haas are really doing a good job with their pit crew now that they've got Jonathan Wheatley running them. What's up, Wayne? Oh, oh! Am I quick enough? Alex Albon has been absolutely smashed to bits there. He's spun out, I think, and hit the wall and bounced back out again. Did I catch the pits in time? Oh, yes, look at that. Look at that.
Now it looks like, yes it is, Alex Albon's involved in that.
Oh, yeah, big hit. Big hit.
Oh.
Two-second stop.
At the moment, P11.
Broke my strategy.
Front there is Tsunoda.
Oh, your phone just ran out of battery. Well, we definitely managed to equalise there with Zhou. We should, by rights, be a fair bit further down the order. At least behind Iwasa and Stroll and Leclerc. See if either, let's see if Antonelli boxes. Valtteri will probably box. Antonelli isn't. So this has worked out really nicely for Kimi. It's going to beat most of the traffic out as well. Comes out right behind Lando Norris. 2.1 second stop for Fuji. Pit crew just a little sluggish. But he will get out in front of Yuki. Surprised Russell and Sargent haven't boxed yet. Maybe they're a little bingo on tyres and don't have the flexibility that we do. I'm surprised Valtteri didn't box as well. Still a little bit of time left in this VSC, but it's running out if they don't... No, there we go.
DSC ending.
Copy. Copy.
Use overtake.
Copy.
And Sainz is in. Iwasa's in. Valtteri stayed out another lap. Just going to run a couple of laps like this, bring the tyres in gradually before we turn the temperature up a little bit. Just because we had to stop that a little bit earlier than planned.
Do your best, man.
So we're 19.5 seconds behind Piastri, who hasn't stopped yet. And isn't going to be stopping for a while. We're going to get a really, really good undercut here on Porsche. As Valtteri does dive into the pits. There you see Antonelli lining up a move on Lando Norris. Bad stop for Valtteri. Good stop for George.
Full charge.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Use overtake.
Copy.
New fault for Max.
I have a problem. Engine problem.
Here's a Cadillac problem as well. Antonelli's all over him.
Use overtake.
Copy.
So Tsunoda gets through, and on pretty shit tyres, so that's a little concerning. But we've got our tyres up to temperature now with both cars, so we should be a bit more aggressive on this lap.
Okay, mode charge, mode charge.
Leclerc now P9, but does need to stop. And Antonelli's already 4.5 seconds ahead of Max. Wow, that did not take long at all. So 1:17.8 for Antonelli as he gets past Norris. Max is a 1:23.5. Whoa. I would not want to be driving that Williams right now. Through goes Joe. Through G. He's already onto the back of Max almost. Yeah, bad day. Just got a whole lot worse for Max, and he's got engine problems as well as that busted gearbox. Norris is into the pits. And so is Max. See you later, Sonoda.
You are doing a very good job there.
With the car performing the way it has been this year, can you imagine what we could do with Antonelli in there? We could be challenging for podiums in almost every single Grand Prix. Tyre temp's getting a little high.
Try to slow down a bit.
Let's just ease those down a touch. Still need to save a kilo of fuel from somewhere. As Charles boxes. That's a decent stop for Red Bull there. Set of softs going on for Charles. Where's he going to feed out? Behind Ocon, so he's back down in 18th place. He made better progress than that, but of course a lot of cars in front of him stopped under that VSC and made up a bunch of time. So it's dropped him all the way back down to 18th place again. But now he's on a brand new set of softs. He should start to cut through a little bit more.
You are doing a good job on tires.
Stroll's fault escalates. That's battery problems in a big way now for Lancey Boy. Oh. Joe wants to stay ahead for another lap. Gap to Porsche's down another second. Oh, we took 2 seconds out of him on that last lap. Kimi flying is a second quicker than we are. And we can keep alternating our drivers like this, keep their confidence levels nice and high, keep having little spells where we push the tyres and then ease them down again to get the temperatures back under control before pushing them again. So we can stretch this stint a little bit longer than planned. I might go back to a set of softs in the next stint. We'll see how this one goes. I might just stick with the push mediums for the next stint and then have a lot of tyre to play with on that set of softs at the end to really go for that fastest lap, because we're fighting for third place today. So the fastest lap would definitely be a nice little bonus on top.
Tires update.
I am really good, guys.
Margin to reduce the management.
Ooh, Fuji drops out of DRS. And there is Porsche. It's 2.5 seconds in front now as Sonoda boxes. And now Ocon has a fault. What's wrong with his car?
Crossing 8.
Potential gearbox, potential battery. So this set of hard tyres going on for Yuki, and that's a pretty solid stop as well. Turned around very quickly there. Leclerc now back up into P15. He's in the thick of this traffic as he gets pushed wide by Gasly. How quick was that stop for Yuki? Very quick. Quickest of the day so far. Yeah, our pit crew not really on it at the moment in this race. This is a little bit of a surprise. Oh, Leclerc was thinking about a look into turn 4 there. As Zhou's now onto the back of Porsche.
More charge.
And Porsche immediately dives into the pits. And denies Zhou the battery. The DRS, sorry. Yeah, slow stop for Porsche. Really slow stop.
More the charge. More charge.
Copy.
.4 seconds. Wow. Yeah, a lot of work needed to be done at McLaren. And with a rubbish sporting director, it's just likely to get worse this season rather than better. Keep our tyres like this for a little while. Piastri is keeping us at arm's length, annoyingly. Have I got the PC version of this? I did claim it from Epic. I haven't installed it yet. I may end up having to buy a copy from Steam anyway, because I think there are some workshop mods which are only available on Steam. So we'll see. I haven't really looked into that side of it yet, but I am going to be running a modded version of the game for the next playthrough. Probably dial it down in terms of the number of episodes a week as well. Might dial it down to 2 or 3 streams a week. But we'll run a modded stream. And there might be long streams as well. There might be like 2 races per stream. Oh, fault for Porsche.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
But fear not, console constructors. I will continue to do logo tutorials and stuff on the console. I might plan them out and plot them in on the PC, but I'll record them and put them out. How you doing, Clark? Talking about the future of this series, I am going to be migrating over to the PC version, and I might go down to 2 or 3 streams a week as opposed to 5 nights a week with this game, so that I can stream other stuff. But then instead of just doing like 1 race weekend, do 2 race weekends.
Do your best there, Joe.
It's still a little up in the air at the moment as to exactly how I'll approach it. I need to do some investigating into, what the mod situation is like on PC. What I may do is I may run 2 different series, because one of the mods for the previous version was the 1991 mod. I think that was on F1 Manager 22, and I would love to run something like that.
Overtake available.
Copy.
An old historical F1, set of liveries, maybe even car models, drivers. I'd love to have like Mansell and Senna and Prost and co. Racing, that would be awesome. So if a mod like that is available for this version of the game, then I may do a series of modern stuff, this, and then a historical season with a shorter calendar, no sprint racing. Go back to the original, 10 points for a win. Maybe even 9 points for a win, depending on what era it's set in. And even mid-90s would be interesting, or late 90s, when you got Ferrari with Schumacher pushing the envelope a little bit, and you got McLaren with Coulthard and Hakkinen being blisteringly quick, and Williams in that conversation as well with their Rothman livery. We'll see what's available. We have Oscar finally boxing. He's going for another set of hard tyres, so this is a 2-stop for Oscar. He is going to have to stop again. And he'll almost certainly go for a set of softs at the end, I would imagine. And he will come out not that far behind us, annoyingly. As Perez develops a fault, and Nagel's issue has escalated. Oh, wow, we didn't even get some bullshit fluff from Crofty there. Just nothing. Radio silence.
Mode charge.
Yeah.
So Piastri's less than 4 seconds behind us right now. Once he gets his tyres at the temp, he's going to start pushing hard and closing us down. We are boxing in the next few laps, so it's a question now, can we stay ahead of him before he catches us? Can we box before he catches us? We have got some spare tyre to play with. What I don't have is battery.
Mode charge.
Copy.
So, quick update there. You can see as Leclerc sets a new fastest lap of 1:17.7. It's Valtteri who's currently in P5 with Norris in 6th behind him. Then Sargent, who's going to be stopping any moment. Sainz a few seconds behind him with George right on his tail. Stroll with all sorts of battery issues in P10. Porsche just behind him in 11th. Then it's Leclerc as well, right on the back of the pair of them in 12th. Let's take a quick gander there. Aluas is in that train as well, and they're all trying to find a way past Stroll. Piastri's just over just under 2.5 seconds behind us. He's flying onto us right now. Oh, we missed the DRS.
Mode charge.
Copy.
And there is Sargent into the pits. They see Sainz with Russell right behind him.
I had the quarter patch chip.
Gearbox escalation there for Esteban Ocon. And there you go. Leclerc has capitalised. He's got past Stroll and Porsche there. And Porsche still is stuck behind Lance Stroll. Oh, this must be driving him crazy. Leclerc's just going to start scampering off now, I think. Piastri is all over the back of Zhou.
Overtake available.
Copy.
He's already through. That didn't take long.
Your face, and it will get them. On charge, on charge.
Valtteri jumps ahead of Lando. Those two swapping places back and forth. Leclerc is already bearing down on the back of George Russell.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Copy.
Let's have a look at that. Now there's the car of Piastri.
Where did he get me?
The opportunity
Exit at turn
begging to
5.
be taken.
Into the chicane. Yeah, it's so much more grip. And a better car. And a better driver. So, job done in as far as that goes. Going to go one more lap with Zhou. And then we'll box Fuji the lap after that. Oscar sets a blisteringly quick new fastest lap. A 1:16.
Box is lap, box is lap.
1:16.2.
Copy box.
Yeah, it's quite a bit faster than Leclerc's effort. And Tsunoda's effort. 1.4 seconds quicker. Speaking of Leclerc, he is into the pits.
On charge.
Copy.
Mediums. I don't think that'll take him to the end. I think Leclerc's going to stop again. Alright, Zhou's going to box this lap as Lawson's in the pits. Comes out just
Joe Bailey.
in front of Antonelli, who's immediately going to lap him. See, Norris is starting to close this up as our tyres are dying off. Let's have a good stop this time. George boxing in the background. 2.1 again. Pit crew's just slightly off the pace today. And we managed to get out in front of Teo. Oh, that's going to piss Teo off. That's really going to piss him off. Love it.
The use overtake.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Oh shit, did I get ahead of science before the DRS detection point? 1.9, that's a bit more like it. No, I did get the DRS. There we go, and Porsche is going to try and follow us through, and he can't. No, it's going to piss him off again. And we're off and away. So, let's take a look. Quickest stop of the day, 1.925. I did not expect that. Joe Snop is just on the leaderboard in 9th place. Haas looking very strong for points today. 3rd and 4th right now. RB on for some decent points at the moment. 2nd and 7th. Cadillac just scraping into the top 10 at the moment with Antonelli's stop. Here comes Joe. He needed that overtake. He hasn't had one for a while. Well, technically, he got past Sainz, but yeah, he got stuck behind Fuji for quite a while. Now Fuji's confidence has bled away. We'll have to return the favour. And look how much time we took out of Valtteri on that last lap. Nearly 4.5, well, yeah, over 4.5 seconds. As Porsche has finally got clear and we have a yellow flag. We've almost saved all the fuel we need as well.
And now we've had a crash.
Nagel coming together with one of the Haas drivers, I'm guessing Perez. Yep, Perez. Stroll's in the pits. And we are rocking up to the back of Bottas. In tidy order here, we took another 4.7 seconds out of him on that lap. That is a penalty for Nagel. What a disappointment he's been in that Red Bull this year. No surprise, really, given his complete lack of skill. He could be beaten by Formula 3 drivers. He's that bad. And Valtteri boxes. Right, let's hope to see that Nagel gets through. And he does. 6 seconds behind Lando. We took nearly 3 seconds out of him on that lap. And he's going to be boxing soon, as is Antonelli. So it'll be interesting to see what tyres Antonelli puts on to go to the end. Well, speaking of, he's into the pits already. We missed the stop. I was not expecting him to do to box this soon. He's gone soft. Ooh. He's going to have to stop again. There's no way he's going to be able to take those tyres 32 laps. Not if he wants to be competitive. So let's see what he does to them and see if he shreds them. New fastest lap for Logan Sargent, a 1:16.0. Expect Antonelli to obliterate that in a minute. Charles Leclerc's beaten it already. 1:15.9 for Charles Leclerc. More time taken out of Lando Norris. Gap is just over 2 seconds. We'll be on him very, very soon.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Let's switch to the gyro cam. It doesn't really work very well on this circuit, does it? So I wonder who it is we're going to be fighting for P3 with. It's not going to be just the two of us on our own, surely. There we go, new fastest lap for Kimi, and it is a 1:15.8. There we go. That's only a tenth quicker. I was expecting a faster lap than that from Kimi. We're about to lap someone. That's Perez. Oh, and Joe sneaks on through.
In front of you.
Another new fastest lap, this time for Valtteri, 1:15.1. That's the kind of pace I was expecting to see out of Kimi.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine.
As Nagel's afternoon goes from bad to worse, running wide at turn 5.
Oh no! Why'd they go? Really? They must be careful.
Still can't get over the fact he's 0-1 as the driver. We're going to be lapping him pretty soon. We are on to Norris.
Use overtake.
Oh, Norris boxes. So, no battery for Joe. Oh, no DRS for Joe, sorry.
Mode charge.
Oh, don't bounce over the curbs like that, please. It scares me. Ease Joe's tyres down a little bit.
Pull down as much as possible.
Copy.
So, 18 seconds behind Kimi, who's 8 seconds behind Oscar. 1:16.4 last lap. He's not pushing as fast as I thought he would. He really isn't. But it is, even so, his tyres are already down to 80%. There's no way he's going to be able to go to the end on those tyres. So, is that advantage Oscar? It might be. Took a second, 1.3 seconds out of him on that last lap. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch and get in front before he stops. And who knows what tyres he's going to have to put on. He might have to put on a set of mediums. I'm pretty sure Oscar's going to go for a set of softs, which means it looks like Oscar's going to win today based on that. And I don't know who behind us is going to be the biggest threat. I would have said Teo, but Teo has that problem with his car, which is going to hurt him. I mean, Valtteri is looking pretty pacey, but I can't see it being Valtteri. Leclerc, I can't see it being Leclerc either. Racing at number 51 here. I'm not sure why he didn't get his number 16 back after he became world champion. No, after Oscar became world champion, I took it away from him.
Keep focus on our race.
Who will advance a lap now? Oh, Nagel. I would like to extend Joe's stop by a lap, if possible. If that means letting Fuji scamper off a little bit, so be it. He has been the quicker driver recently. Evening, Mike. Down to 0.03 or 0.3 kilos under fuel. That's absolutely fine. That's bang on target for where we are with 25 laps to go when we 26 laps to go when we cross the line. Again, it shows you the disparity in the pace between our car and the Cadillac, and the driver performance between Fuji and Oscar. We've got better tyres with more life in them, and we're being matched on pace by Oscar at the moment. On 17.8 for him last time round. On 16.4 for Kimi, took another 1.4 seconds out of him. On 17.8 for Fuji. Zhou, 0.7 of a second slower because we're not pushing the tyres. I think we've probably built up enough of a cushion to stretch by an extra lap now, so we can turn Zhou's tyres back up. Temperature-wise, they're stable now as well. Valtteri gets ahead of Porsche into turn 1. I think we might be in a race of our own for P3 here. And I was really hoping that we might be able to stick close to the Cadillacs at Monza to be in with a shout of getting a win, but yeah, we are a long way behind at the moment. It'll be a very different race. It'll be a one-stop race at Monza, unless it's a safety car. Teo boxes. Going for an undercut on Valtteri. He's going hard tyres to go to the end. He will be able to push those a little bit. And he will push them a little bit, but there's damage already done to his pace. Stroll goes through. He's going to be stuck behind Stroll again. And that's certainly not going to help his pace. There we go. Zhou's pace is stabilised again now that we've turned his tyres back up. Valtteri's matching us, but he is that gap behind. Look, 12 seconds. It's a lot to overcome in the closing stages. 12 seconds around here.
Are you ready?
Copy.
So let's check in with Kimi. He is still closing down Oscar. Only 0.6 of a lap this time. His tyre's starting to give up a little bit. He's probably going to have to box before Oscar does. This is why I think he might have to go onto a set of mediums. Or maybe even a set of hards, whereas I think Oscar will probably just go until he needs a set of softs. And I don't know if Kimi will be able to catch Oscar before he boxes. Oh, only a 1/10 quicker that lap. Pace is dropping off. We have no traffic concerns at the moment. We are approaching the back of Stoffel, I think. No, yeah, Stoffel. As Yuki comes in for his stop. What's he going on to? Mediums or hards? Mediums. Decent start, but I don't think it's going to improve on the previous ones. It does look like we have created a monster in Cadillac, doesn't it? Charles is in. Decent stop. Nothing spectacular there. So the hard tyres to go to the end. Porsche has gone through. And he gets past Carlos Sainz. And now he faces his nemesis in a slow Lance Stroll. He spent so many laps behind him earlier. It ruined his race. And he clearing quickly this time. Stroll's tyres are dying. So, in theory, he should be able to get through pretty quickly. So we switch to the helicam. Stoffels in. That clears him out of our way, so we're closing in into lap Ocon now. And Stroll boxes. And that will free up Teo. And he does get the DRS off the back of that Haas. Antonelli is in. So this is critical. What tyres is he going on to? Mediums or another soft? He's going medium. That was a quick stop. Not showing at the moment. Unless it was that one. So let him get out. Ah, it was a decent stop, but it wasn't quick enough. Joe's been knocked off the leaderboard, but we do have another stop incoming for Joe. Antonelli's still clear of us, despite having boxed. That's how far ahead the Cadillacs are. He's 22 seconds behind his teammate. When is Oscar going to box? He's going another lap. These are the critical laps now that will determine who will have the advantage in this final stint.
Joe, if you can try to push more.
Copy.
They're far enough apart that I can box them both without a major concern about any kind of hold-up.
Box is done.
Ocon's going to jump out the way for us here. There he goes. Nagel is in to serve his penalty. Sainz has damage. That's got to be underfloor. Antonelli's taken some pace out of Oscar there. Look at that. He took 3.2 seconds out of him on that lap. Oh, there we go. 1.89. Love it. And a 2.1 for Zhou. So Zhou will not be on the leaderboard tonight, but we will get some strong points from Fuji. We will get out either side of Lando Norris there. We came out right behind Valtteri, which I did not expect. I thought we'd be behind Norris with both cars here. And Oscar's in. So what tyres is Oscar going on? Is he going soft or is he going mediums? He's got a soft available. It's got to be soft, surely. It's mediums. Well.
At the moment, we are at P6. Norris in front.
Antonelli's going to just edge him.
Sargent behind.
There is Kimi. With Max just behind him, I think. No, that's Max. So, advantage Antonelli. Valtteri boxes. And so does Lando. So these two are in a fight of their own, it would seem, for P5. Excellent stop there. A little bit tardy again for McLaren, as you would expect. That was a supremely quick stop. That might be quicker than ours. Not showing yet. That stop for Valtteri was quicker than that, surely. George Russell currently in P5, 5 seconds behind us, but his tyres are dead. So are Sargent's. They've got Porsche being held up behind the pair of them. It's just been his afternoon, hasn't it? Just being held up by slower cars in front. He's 12 seconds away from the podium now. On tyres that will not be able to keep up with us. And it's allowed Leclerc to get right on the back of him. And Tsunoda. Charles having a look. Charles going to make the move. Porsche going to try and fight back, but he gets squeezed a little bit. And that is superb driving from Charles Leclerc. And to add insult to injury, Porsche's fault escalates as well.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
As we clear Lawson. Joe coming up to the back of Ocon again. Oh, that is something terminal for Ocon. If that's gearbox, which I think it is, that means he'll be into the pits at the end of this lap. Oh, look at his engine temps. They just skyrocketed in those last couple of laps. Yeah, that car's done. Cooked what's left of that gearbox.
Okay, more push, more push.
Copy.
Use
So into the pits
Copy.
comes Esteban Ocon. He'll be the second retirement of the day after Alex Albon spun out at turn 5 and crashed, bringing out that early VSC. That really cemented our stranglehold on third place, and to a lesser extent fourth as well. But Charles Leclerc now moves up into P5 because we boxed, and quite a few cars followed us in, but quite a few of the cars we were competing against didn't. And that's why we have a 14.5-second lead over 5th place. Been a great drive from Leclerc, all things considered. He will rescue some solid points, but let's see what kind of lap time we can do with Fuji. It's a 1:13.397. That should be secure. He was a full second quicker than Zhou on that last lap. Yeah, second half of this season is going to be Fuji over Zhou, by the look of it. Maybe we replace Zhou with Gabriele Mini instead of Fuji. Let's see how much the pace drops off this lap.
more charge, more charge.
I'm guessing we took quite a lot out of the tyres on that push lap. "12 laps to go, and we were 2.5 seconds slower without the push. Not too far off the pace of the front two.
Copy.
And there's still a 5-second gap almost between the pair of them. Maybe Antonelli can hang on here. His tyres are not as good as Oscar's, but not that horrible in the grand scheme of things. He's about to put a lap on Logan Sargent here is Oscar. George is coming out of the pits, I think. Or is George stopping? There he is, just exiting the pits. So George is now a lap down. And that's a 4-second gap, so it did come down. They're trading areas of the lap where they're quicker than each other, it would seem. And we're still pulling away from Charles Leclerc. He does now look like he might be quick enough to hold off Valtteri, but Valtteri's got quicker tyres and healthier tyres as well. Max now with another issue.
I have no power.
Engine's going as well as his gearbox. Can his car survive the closing 11 laps? engine issue on top of that gearbox. That's a really bad combination. Who's Fuji about to put a lap on? Gasly. Has anyone been lapped twice? Yes, Nagel and Perez have both been lapped twice. That Cadillac is just so quick. We are half a minute behind Piastri. we're 2 seconds slower than Oscar on that last lap. We're on softs and we're 2 seconds slower. Oh boy. Well, I did say I wanted to leave him in a strong position, maybe a little too strong. I thought Porsche had taken the fastest lap from us for a second then. Oh, it's Fuji. We're on Fuji. That's why. Three and a half seconds the gap with 9 laps to go, including this one. Oscar has cleared Logan Sargent. That's the gap. Difference in tyres is negligible. Speaking of tyres, oh yeah, we'll comfortably go the distance. Just 3 seconds. This is going to be a real barnstorm of a finish between the two Cadillac drivers. It's not even close between our two. Joe's just been a step slower. Makes me wonder how much time Fuji lost in the first couple of stints when we were leapfrogging our drivers, keeping them together. But it probably benefited Joe more than it hurt Fuji. So it's got Joe into a very comfortable P4, which is good news for us. You know, taking Cadillac out of the equation, we've got the best possible result here. You know, 3rd, 4th, and the fastest lap. Leclerc is pushing though. He was slightly quicker than Oscar that last time round. Might have got a little assistance from Stroll there. Stroll's now been lapped. Porsche's up next. Yeah, 1:16.6. Joe's pace is definitely not what it needs to be at the moment. He's still got enough of a cushion. I'm not concerned yet. We've only got 6.5 laps to go. Well, 7 laps for us, 6.5 for the leaders. And Porsche has been lapped. And Kimi here is going to get some DRS by the look of it. DRS and a slipstream. And he takes half a second out of Antonelli on that straight as a result. It's less than 2.5 seconds. There is going to be a fight to watch. Absolutely there is. Got a fight, a three-way fight for the last points at the moment as well. And it's those three cars there right behind Oscar. Pourchaire, Stroll and Sargent. I have to say Sargent is probably the favourite to take 9th place here. Given that his car doesn't have an issue and he has the best tyres of the three. But it is Logan Sargent who is the weakest of the three drivers. This will be an interesting fight as well. Needs to keep the DRS. I think he lost it. And the gap is just a second. Here we go. The fight is on. They're coming up to lap Sonoda. It's been a 2-stop race for Antonelli, for Piastri. It's been a 3-stop for Antonelli, 2-stop for Piastri. And they've lapped everybody up to Sonoda in P8. And that's a purple first sector for Oscar. We might lose our fastest lap here. Antonelli sets a personal best in the middle sector. Piastri's so close. He's just going to breeze past on the main straight with the DRS here. Are we about to lose the fastest lap? No, we kept it. By how much? 1:14.3. Oh, by a second. Yeah. And we have a yellow flag. Ooh, that could make things interesting. That's Stroll. Down a place. I thought you got made a mistake. It was Nagel making a mistake.
The wheels just lock up there, and they ended up their own passenger.
So, Sargent has dispatched Lance Stroll. He is not close enough to get onto Pourchaire at the moment. But this is the fight for the win. A little over 3 laps to go. Antonelli looks like he's trying to break away a bit. Hasn't been able to do so yet. This is going to come down to who's got the most battery left, I think, at the end. Sargent has just about got back onto Pourchaire. If he can stay with him through this lap, he'll get that place done. And then it'll be Pourchaire and Stroll, no doubt, fighting over P10. We're now 45 seconds behind Piastri. That's insane. They're coming up to lap Lando Norris. He's P7.
How high is shaking us?
Oh, fault for Joe.
Copy, Joe. We're checking.
Oh, they just
Some vibration on the rears.
heard the classic Ferrari line there. Copy, we are checking. How quickly does Norris jump out of the way of these two? Oh, he shot across like that. That's hurt Oscar. Can Oscar get back into the DRS for the final lap? Has that just decided this race? Sargent has got ahead of Porsche. I think Norris has just decided the outcome of this Grand Prix. Norris not happy that his former rookie teammate is now a double world champion and he still isn't. He's outside of the DRS. It's advantage Antonelli as we approach the start of the final lap. Talk about unsporting behaviour there from Lando. That was Antonelli's saving grace. Piastri there, not in the DRS on the main straight, and I think he's going to be too far back to get the move unless Valtteri gets in the way. These guys are flying. They are catching Valtteri so fast. And Leclerc is starting to close in on Joe. Not fast enough to concern me at this stage, but it's over. It is all over. Antonelli is going to win yet again. Take another little bite out of Oscar's lead. We are almost a lap down. This is crazy. There we go. It is Antonelli who wins from Oscar Piastri with a huge helping hand there from Lando Norris, who crosses the line lapped in seventh place.
They're here to win.
I don't think there was a single second of that race where they didn't believe they'd win it.
Sargent crosses the line ahead of Porsche. George Russell got past Stroll in the end as well, but couldn't quite catch Teo for the final point. Joe's gearbox did start to play up at the very, very end of the race, but we still have a comfortable cushion over Leclerc. Fuji is going to keep the fastest lap. And he crosses the line for another podium. And he is now very close to catching Zhou in terms of number of podiums. They might even be level now. Here comes Zhou. It will be a comfortable fourth place despite a late gearbox issue, very late gearbox issue. Leclerc did take quite a bit of pace out of us at the end there, finishing in fifth, quite a long way ahead of Valtteri, who is the last car to cross the line. There you go. Race is done. Two cars lapped twice. Nagel and Perez. Everybody from Norris down lapped once. That's crazy.
That was a great performance from the Ferrari driver, wasn't it?
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
A great display of team spirit there, as everyone finally gets the chance to share this moment. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Well, not anything. Unless the two Cadillacs take each other out, it's going to be a 1-2 for them, I'm pretty sure of that. Let's take a look, though. Confirmation of the final result. Kimi takes the win, demoting Oscar from pole. Starting on those softs, he did get past Oscar early on and was able to break away enough to make his 3-stop strategy work over Oscar's 2-stop. But with a big helping hand from Lando, who chopped across his former teammate there when he was being lapped in brutal fashion. Fudo takes 3rd place ahead of his teammate and gets the fastest lap as well. Leclerc up 6 places to finish in 5th. Some solid points and a good recovery drive from him. Excellent points for Valtteri again in 6th place, up 4 from where he started. Lando in 7th, the first car lapped. Then it's Yuki Tsunoda up 6 places to finish in 8th. Good race for Sargent as well, also up 6 places. He will pick up 2 points. Pourchaire, with his damaged car, just about manages to hang on for the final point. And I do mean just, because he had George Russell breathing down his neck at the very end there. Russell, unfortunately, not able to capitalise on that. Decent recovery race from Stroll as well, who went out very early in qualifying out in 21st. Get himself up to 12th. Sainz in 13th. 14th was Iwasa. 15th for Gasly. 16th for Max. Horrible race for Max. Starting P2 and just not having any luck with his car. He had a damaged gearbox going into the race that very quickly went orange, and then his engine started playing up as well. His car will be healthier in the next race, but how healthy? Are they going to change the engine? It's at 38%. If that engine goes orange in practice at Spa, then they'll change it. If not, it could be a rough weekend at Spa for Max Verstappen as well. Stoffel takes P17, 18th for Liam Lawson, 19th for Ludwig Nagel, the first of the two that were lapped twice, along with Sergio Perez. Ocon's gearbox gave out on him and he had to pull into the pits and retire. And Albon spinning out early on, bringing out a VSC, which we jumped on straight away. Into the driver's standings, Oscar extends his lead over his teammate. The gap is now 9 points at the top. So very, very tight between the two. But it's 6 wins now for Kimi this season against Oscar's 4. And he's out-podiumed him as well. Oscar has those 2 sprint wins, which has helped in his favour. Leclerc in 3rd. 2 wins, but not for a while. His car is starting to run out of steam a little bit, perhaps. We'll see. It could be a very different story at Spa. Joe gets his 4th place in the standings, 156 points. He has 3 podiums, and Fudo has now tied him on podiums as well. He's just 16 points behind now. Very close between the two of them. Tsunoda moves up 1 place ahead of Théo Pourchaire into 6th place, 2 points ahead of the young Frenchman. Lando, 6 points for him today. He is 7 points behind his teammate in 8th place. No points for Max or Stroll. They remain 9th and 10th. Valtteri up 1 into 11th. Then it's Gasly down 1 into 12th. Iwasa in 13th. Sargent up 1 into 14th with an extra 2 points today, jumping over George Russell. 16th is Carlos Sainz. Then the non-scorers, Ocon in 17th in a terrible Alpine. Alex Albon in 18th. His career is pretty much done and dusted. Be surprised if he's on the grid next year, if he's out of contract. He might still be in contract. We shall see. Then it's Lawson in 19th. Not having a great career at the moment, but he's in a pretty terrible car, if we're honest. Perez in 20th is behind his younger teammate there. Then it's Nagel in 21st. Such a bad driver, yet somehow he's still ahead of Stoffel Van Dorn, who is 22nd. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. Cadillac 443 points earned today. They're now 481. They are nearly 200 points clear of us now. Yeah, I think this constructors title is all but over already. You know, we could have a monster run in the second half of the season, and it still, I don't think, would be enough, because Cadillac is still that damn strong that even if we 1-2'd the rest of the season and they finish third and fourth, I don't know if we could do it. I really don't. Red Bull in third have lost more ground to us. They are now 85 points behind in third place. And they have stretched their lead over McLaren by another 3 points. They're now 60 points clear of the Woking outfit. RB in fifth, pick up another 4 points. They're 131, 20 behind McLaren. Then it's Williams in sixth. They're on 92 points. No points today. So they lose a little bit of ground to RB, and they've been caught a little bit by Sauber as well. They're on 54 now. Mercedes jump up 1 place into eighth with 8 points ahead of Aston Martin, who remain with just 6 down in ninth place now. Still no points for Alpine. It's not a great car for them this year. And Haas, with a really terrible car, remain bottom. Let's take a look then at the pit stops. We got the quickest stop with Fudo Fuji, a 1.895. Then it's RB getting second and 10th, so some good points for RB. Alpine doing well as well, third and fourth. Haas, fifth and sixth, so big points for both of those two teams there. Williams gets some points with Max's stop in seventh. Then it's Mercedes in eighth. Leclerc in ninth. See, no Cadillac on there at all this time. We have 345 points. Alpine outscored us by 2, but we are still comfortably ahead. We are 154 points clear at the top of the pit stop challenge. Haas have jumped ahead of Cadillac into third place on 170 points, 11 clear of our former team there. Let's see, RB are just now 9 points behind Cadillac. They are starting to slip in the pit stop competition here. That is a bit of a surprise. Could they drop down to fifth? That would be something, wouldn't it? Aston in sixth, no points for them. They stay on 104. Then it's Red Bull with 78, Williams with 51, Mercedes with 36. That's putting a little bit more clear air between them and Sauber, who are 7 points further back in 10th. Still no points for McLaren. Don't expect them to score points at all this season. And there you see a summary of our stops. Our quickest stop with Zhou was his first one, a 2.035. Just not quick enough to get on the board today. A 2.018 was the lowest of the top 10 there. And a couple of good stops for Fuji, a 1.9 and a 1.8. So that's nice to see. And 2.1s all around for the remaining stops. Both drivers easily beat their sponsor targets. Both also trigger their contract bonus as well. It's another 1.1 mil added to the bank. Okay, the spare suspension that we were manufacturing is now done. It's our mid-season board review. So, our target was to finish 9th or above this year. We're currently in P2. So, in terms of the performance, we are on target. The long-term objective, which was set 2 seasons ago, it's in season 3 now, and expiring this season, was to get it was to win the Constructors' Championship. Obviously, Ferrari, bottom of the Constructors' Championship with 0 points last year. We've really turned it around this year, but first is beyond us. We're not going to hit the long-term objective unless Cadillac blow up, like literally blow up at every Grand Prix now. So we'll have to settle for second, but we are pretty comfortable in second place, which is good to see. Board have very high confidence in us. That's nice. That's an extra 1.5 mil at the time when we really do need that extra cash. And let's go to the inbox. So, post-race data. Oh, we've got 4 parts to fix. We need to change the side pods on Fudo's car. We need to change the front and rear wing and the suspension on Zhou's car. That's not so good. That's not so good at all. On a positive note, though, Joe and Benici seem to have sorted their issues out, so that will improve Joe's pace from Spa onwards. That's good. He has looked a little bit slow these last couple of weekends. Suspension, we have 3 in stock. We're immediately about to spend 1 of them. There we go. That's that one fixed. Let's fix the side pods, so we're out of spare side pods again. Let's fix the wings. Go. Right. 4 days to go till Spa. I've got no spare rear wings, 1 spare front wing, no spare suspensions. We do have another side pod in the works. If we can get through this weekend without breaking anything, that would be nice, because we do have that new front wing coming and the new suspension coming. Why is that shut down? Oh, yeah. The wind tunnel shut down, I think. Thought that had cleared up by now. We're not going to build anything, I think. Actually, no, we should probably build a couple of rear wings, shouldn't we? How much cash have we got? We've got 2.7 mil. Let me check our facilities. Yeah, wind tunnel shut down. Don't know how long to go. 3 days till we get our sponsor money as well. That could be a determining factor as to how we progress going forward. Factory is recently refurbed back up to full effectiveness, getting a 110% boost on our parts now. Design center is still looking very healthy. CFD sim is okay. Car part test center is nice. Suspension sim is okay. Into the staff. Team hub starting to get a little low. Race sim looking to get a little low as well. I don't have the 4.9 I think it's going to cost to upgrade that. Boardroom, don't need to worry about the boardroom, because the board could be neck deep in shit and they would be happy this year. Hospitality area is running a bit low. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Helipads recently refurbed. Weather center is okay. Memorabilia room's just been refurbed, and the tour center's quite recent as well. Speaking of the board, they can see disappointed on finances for July. Not sure why. I really don't know why. But we've never actually gone into debt, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it's not tracking properly for whatever reason, I don't think. Objectives, we know about those. Delighted with Budapest, as you would expect. I say, before we do anything else, we advance time, 3 days. Get our sponsor money. See, do we achieve our full sponsor plan? Because we did have that period where we dipped. Yes, we do. That's excellent. So we get the full 3 mil. Don't think we had a mandatory activity this month. No, we didn't. Do we have one this time? Yes. An energy drink cameo for another 950k. So we're going to be getting about 4 mil in 6 weeks' time. We'll do another one of those, and because our memorabilia room, our hospitality area is getting a little dangerously low, we will also do a staff event, I think, just to help out on that. Okay, so it's going to affect the next 3 Grand Prix, whichever one I go with. Tempted to send Diego off. I do want to get a staff event in though. Pit crew fatigue, I don't want to do that. Let's send Enrico out there. There we go. So we have 5.8 mil. Now, I could spend a good chunk of that to improve the race sim, or I could use it to sign Gabriele Mini for the second half of the season to replace Joe. He is definitely getting beaten in pace. Absolutely getting beaten in pace. Fuji now rocking 4 100s there. He's still in very high development as well, which is incredible. Yeah, it shows cornering just isn't what it needs to be. Nor is braking for that matter. Choices. Kimi has a year left on his contract without a buyout fee. How much would it cost me to get rid of Joe? Oh, yeah. Way too much. Alright, well, we can't buy out Joe. So the question then is, do we buy out Fuji? I don't know, he's too expensive to buy out as well. I could sign Kimi for next season. This is one of the things I've been thinking about as well, is that I might do one more year on the console, but with a reduced schedule in terms of how many times we do this a week, maybe two races a week, and then do a couple of races a week on the PC with a brand new format. I would love to have Antonelli, winning races at Ferrari. He's going to want an awful lot of money, though. Awful lot of money. Like superstar wage kind of money. I'm not even making a dent in the appeal. Really don't want to put a race bonus on there. Penny makes a difference, doesn't it? Oh, a little bit of movement. Let's see, a 1 mil bonus. 3 seasons on 26. Let's try him on 26. Gabriele Mini. Scouting information has expired. Let's renew that. I think he's out of contract. He's got a buyout fee. But I mean, I'd be looking to buy him in to train him for next season. And put him in the car alongside Antonelli next year. Might need to renegotiate Joe's contract down to just this 1 year. Damn it. It's going to cost me 6 mil to break the contract because it's going to kick in immediately as opposed to the next season. Alright, that's an end of season dilemma then. Paolo Angelella. Still very tempted. Oh. To sign Matthias Spinning. Oh, he's gone to Sauber. Only got 5 months left on his deal. We'll renew him in terms of his scouting information. And Balbo's going to cost us way too much money to prize away from Mercedes, and I don't think it's worth it for just 1 rating point increase. So we have our core Italian staff. We've approached Kimi to join Ferrari next season. We need to make an approach to Mini as well. We need to sign him this year if we want to be able to promote him next season. At least with 5.8 mil, take a mil off, assuming that Antonelli does agree to sign for us. That's going to take that signing bonus of 1 mil instantly. So we've got 4.8 mil. When is our winter not going to reopen? 9 days. That was a week ago. So that should open up any day now. If not tomorrow, then when we get back from Spa. Let's advance time 1 day, see what happens. Nope, we didn't get it. Our car isn't well suited due to its low high-speed performance. Yeah, we knew that. Gonna be cold, but no rain. What's the weather forecast for Spa? Oh wow, yeah, 12 degrees on Saturday, 15 on race day. That is quite cold. That's going to make the medium, the soft one stop very interesting. I think we can pull that off. That will be our race on Monday. I was toying with the idea of streaming tomorrow, but you know, first qualifying of the season, I won't be able to watch it live, so I'll definitely be watching the highlights as soon as they become available, which will probably be about the time that I would normally be streaming. So, don't really want to distract from the opening Grand Prix weekend at Melbourne. So we'll come back on Monday to do Spa, and then we'll get ourselves prepped for the mid-season break. We'll see what we can do in terms of car development. We'll see, hopefully, by the time we get to Zandvoort, whether or not we've signed Kimi Antonelli for next season. So we'll have a good long stream with the Belgian Grand Prix on Monday, and then the mid-season break as well. And we'll jump straight into Zandvoort on Tuesday. So that's all from me. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, then go ahead and drop a like on the stream. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing as well. We will keep this series going on a reduced timetable for one more season, and run it in tandem with the start of a brand new series on the PC, starting in a couple of weeks. Gives me time to get everything set up and configured, and mods and installed and tested and stuff. And we'll see what we can do. We'll do something special with the PC version. It will be a modded version of the game. Whether it'll be running with an old historical series, or maybe just running an update of the 2025 season starting from there. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I need to really dig into the mods before I commit to how we're going to do that. But we will be running a different calendar on the PC version. We'll run a reduced number of races, max of probably 18, 19 races. We'll probably get rid of the sprints, and we'll see how that works. But yeah, that will be coming soon. And then with a couple of days a week of this and a couple of days a week of that, that will give me another day or two to be able to stream some ATS finally on the PC as well. So do keep an eye out for those. If you haven't yet subscribed to the new channel, I know I haven't posted anything on there for a while. I haven't been able to. But please do go check that out as well. Make sure you're subscribed ready for the start of the new F1 Manager series that will start on there in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know if I will continue with the Indiana Jones stuff. I haven't played it for a while, so I honestly don't know. But yeah, there'll definitely be some live streams going on that channel, and also some other bits and bobs as well. I still want to pick up a copy of SimCity. Not SimCity, City Skylines 2. I just want to pick up a copy of Frostpunk 2 and have a crack at those as well. So there will be stuff to come on the PC channel. Once that desk is built and installed and I've got everything recabled and positioned exactly where it needs to be, it should be much more smooth and straightforward from that point on. So enjoy your weekend. Have fun with the Melbourne Grand Prix in Australia this weekend. I will be back on Monday for a sort of a breakdown of how the Grand Prix went, along with round 14 of our championship here at Spa. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.